we actually have a picture of my brother up in our office that was a photo taken of him just a couple of months before he OD'd and died. What I know is there's other Andys out there. So again, I get a call at 1 o'clock in the morning. I live in northern Arizona. They lived about 400 miles away in Southern California. I jump in the car, I start driving out to where my sister-in-law is. As I'm driving out, I start saying the Serenity Prayer over and over and over again, because I knew this was outside of my control. This isn't what I wanted for him. And then I prayed to God, God, what is it that you want me to do? And what he immediately reminded me of was rejoice in all things. And I'm like, that can't be of me, because that's not what I'm thinking about in this particular moment. My brother just overdosed and died. What is there that I'm to rejoice about? But I know his ways are higher than my ways. He tells us scripturally, he detests a dishonest scale. And so what that had me think about as I was driving out there is, I better not take 30 minutes of a tragedy and throw away 30 years of a life. We as human beings typically go to what's the problem, what's the issue, and I'm focused on the fact that he just died, his wife is in terror, my parents have been crushed, my siblings have been crushed. I'm going out there, and yes, it is tragic that he has passed, and I'm not to ignore the pain and the suffering of that loss. I'm not to get in the way of the processing of the grief. And yet what I also knew is I got him for 30 years. You blessed me, God, with a great brother for 30 years, even though he struggled. And what I also knew is, thank God I was sober going through this, because I remember the call that I had with my parents when I had just totaled a car in a DUI and told them what had happened and how much that crushed them. And thank God here now, almost 11 years later, I could answer a lot of questions for them that they didn't understand, because to them, I've seen my parents drink twice in their whole lifetime. They've never done a drug. It makes no sense to them. How did we get a son that overdosed on drugs? We didn't raise you that way. And the way our brains work as human beings, when we have gaps in what either we know or what's going on, why did this happen? Our brains go into hyper mode to fill in all kinds of stories to try to figure out and wrestle with that. But the problem is you're going to torture yourself with that, in that if you don't know why, at some point in time, why doesn't matter anymore, or you have somebody who does know why. And thank God I could be there for them in their greatest moment of need. And what I also could rejoice for was the fact that I knew Andy wasn't going to be the last one. So who else is just waiting to get that call on their loved one who thinks nobody's going to understand the insanity in which I'm living in until I share my story, and they're like, okay, you get it, tell me what to do. And so what I believe is God let me out of a pit of hell. He gave me an opportunity to heal. Shame on me if I don't go back in and help others who are stuck in the dark.